This question will resonate with some of you. I'm a fan of the NFL and have always cheered on my team, the Eagles. I watch nearly every game and I stay up to date with them and their news. However, I'm starting to worry that this could be a form of idolatry, as I seem to be more invested in them than God. What do you think about this, Father? Any advice?
It's an excellent question. One I ask myself often as a great fan of American football. St. Francis de Sales, I'm so glad that you'll be reading the Introduction to the Devout Life. In that very work, he talks about legitimate recreations, and it's perfectly legitimate for us to recreate, following sports, playing sports ourselves. The danger is that a recreation become what he calls an occupation. When it begins to really weigh on our heart, when it begins to obscure the love, adoration, the thanksgiving that I owe to God alone. And Jim, the fact that you're asking that question is a very good question, and probably a sign that perhaps you should cut back a little bit. It's certainly good for you to follow your favorite sports team, but we can always ask ourselves, in our nightly examine, did I spend more time, worried about the trade deadline this last Tuesday, and not enough about when I'm going to get to confession next, or about what the daily mass readings were? It's an important question for us to ask at any moment, not only about sports, but is there anything in my life that is no longer merely a recreation, or no longer merely a work that I have to do? Has it become an occupation in that Salesian sense? Is it something that's obscuring the reign of God, the reign of Christ the King in my life and heart?